Hey guys, this is Kayanenga, and for the past couple of days, I kind of challenged myself to see if I was able to build a Lightsworn deck on a certain type of budget. I know now that Lightsworn has definitely gotten a lot cheaper to build, and without the top card like this, like JD, he's definitely the hardest card to get, running up to 80, 90 to $100 a pop, and that's pretty harsh on the wallet right there. And I just wanted to see what I could build. I wanted to see if I could build a competitive Lightsworn deck on a super tight budget that's easy to build for most players, whether they're starting out and collecting and this is pretty much what I came up with, and it's gonna be straightforward. It's a really good deck. I play tested it today with my good friend Ebon Magician 34. Big shout out to him, and we both tested out our new decks, and we were pretty surprised by the results of what we got. So without further ado, this is the deck in its entirety. Okay, triple honest. Now that this guy's at 3, you really gonna want to abuse him before the next ban list. I've got a bad feeling for this guy in the next ban list in March. So, triple honest, triple Dragonith, Lightsworn Dragon. This guy gets huge just by himself and all of his other Lightsworn friends. In this deck, he can easily get up to 3,500. And depending if you want to build this deck, you can easily swap out one or even two, particularly just one for a Celestia, depending on how you want to build it. But in my opinion, trading them out for one Celestia and keeping the low budget is pretty key. So triple Dragoneth, triple Raikou, it's really good. Pops anything on the field. Triple Jane, oh, two Jane, my bad, not triple. Two Jane goes over all those 18 beaters, especially a lot of people that open up with Stratos. Two Gyarados, one copy of Lumina. You can easily run two, but it's not. This deck isn't completely reliant on her and the mills that she produces. So one is pretty good enough. Two is probably just about right. Now for the darks, that was all the light swords. Two Chaos Sorcerer. Man, this guy is awesome. He really proved himself today by removing Bryanak, and he just gets rid of huge synchros. Oh man, this guy is awesome. He even gets around Stardust Dragon, so this guy is really key. Two Krebins. This guy stays on the field really good. You could either tribute it to Dragonith or just Synchro, but I'd really like to see him with Synchro. Two Necrogardna. See, this being the budget, silver letters, it's really key, and it really helps to build a deck. You can easily run through two. One Spirit Reaper. This guy just stays on the field. I even got to attack directly with this today. Um, what can I say? It's Spirit Reaper. He's been around forever. One copy of Sangan. And notice I'm trying to keep this on a pretty low budget. All these cards pretty much have either a silver letter and up to as high as like Honest, Ultra Rare, but he's super easy to get out of the Special Edition Twilight Pack, so yeah. One copy of Mystic Tomato. And one copy Tragodia. This is really great against a mirror match. I ended up pulling this guy out and having a Necrogardna, and I ended up snatching up a Luna from my opponent's side of the field. That was a pretty big surprise on both of our parts. Onto the spells. You run Triple Book. What can I say? This card is awesome. One copy of Charge of the Line Brigade. You don't really need this card for this particular build. It is a Chaos Sworn build, and pretty much at that, you want to get your lights and darks to the grave. And it's really nice to have Dragonith in the grave, and I'll show you why when I get to the traps. So one copy of Charge, one copy of Vortex, one copy of My Body, because you don't want to get bottomless or torrential or Mirror Force, and it's pretty good against the mirror match. Bring one copy of Mind Control, and the last two spells, MST and Storm. onto the traps. Two bottomless, the staple traps. One copy of Torrential. Call. And last but not least, two Glorious Illusion. As soon as you send those Gragonets to the grave, even if you mill them, whatever, you can bring them right back with this. And this also mills you two at the end phase on top of, like, say, Gragoneth or whatever Lightsworn you get besides Geralt. This card is seriously awesome. And it really needs, like, you get the biggest push when you get Gragoneth. He comes out. If you manage to get two out, you're pretty much sitting on a 3200 attack monster. Yeah. So this is really nice, and you can seriously abuse that dragon to death with this card. So that's pretty much it for the build. Um, the extra deck is pretty generic, even though I use my full extra deck. But you know, like, since this is the budget, I try to keep it low key and low on cash. So like, you'll be mainly syncing up for, like, I'd have to say level 6, 7, and 8 stars. So Stardust, Red Dragon Archfiend, and like Goyo Guardian or what is it, Gaia Knight. And if you have the other better synchros like Brionac or Catastor Android, you can definitely go for that as well. So yeah, that's my build, and just rate, comment, subscribe, man, and peace.